All right, welcome. We can get started. So this is another video in my series on no-code AI. So it's basically, building AI machine learning models without coding. I love coding and math, but this is just for those of you that want to get started with this field without having, um, you know, knowledge in coding, but some knowledge of the machine learning pipeline. All right, so I've done several tools in this series, and one of the tools that I usually try to pick only very robust, very powerful tools. And I will say that WEKA, even though it's 20 years old or more, is still one of my favorites. It's a no-code machine learning tool, and it's still my go-to whenever I start a project, kind of quickly prototype things, especially with tabular data. So tabular data is your classic, Excel spreadsheet with rows and columns. You want to calculate churn of clients, right? So compared to sales and seasonal things, et cetera. And so that kind of data is called tabular data. And it turns out a lot of the models that do well on tabular data are not necessarily deep learning models, but they're one of the best ones today is something called XGBoost, which is a random forest type of model. All right, so that's what I'm going to cover today. So I'm going to do a short video on WEKA, which is a tool that if you don't know about for no-code AI, you should. So it's a classic and robust open source tool for machine learning on structured data used in universities and industry for decades. If you're concerned about the privacy of your data, for instance, this is a tool you just download to your computer, you have it locally, so you can protect privacy of your data. I think you can adjust the RAM size, but I think a file that is equivalent in megabytes to 100,000 rows by 10,000 columns should fit in a WEKA. And WEKA is really, for prototyping and those kinds of things. So it's a desktop GUI, Java based. You can download it from here if you don't have it already. The focus is traditional machine learning on tabular data, classification, regression. Classification, you're predicting classes like is a cat, a dog. Regression, you're predicting numerical values, real valued numbers like temperatures. It's 72 degrees, 73, 75, etc. Features, you upload CSV files. Essentially, you train and evaluate models like decision trees, support vector machines, KNN, logistic regression. The trees are pretty good, as I said, for tabular data. It's got a full GUI for pre-processing, feature selection, cross-validation, and performance visualization. It's best for researchers and students learning ML theory, practitioners doing fast experimentation with real-world data sets. Limitation is it has no deep learning. Interface feels dated, but is extremely feature rich. So it's got lots of filters and things like that. The data you can download from here. I already downloaded a simple data set just to demo this, but you can get the data sets from it. So bottom line, why does WEKA matter for no code AI? WEKA is a mature, well-documented, and self-contained tool that requires zero programming and supports hundreds of ML algorithms out of the box. As it stands, XGBoost, a decision tree-based algorithm, is one of the best for tabular data. So it's a great solution. You don't always need, bazooka, right, to do something as in neural networks. So try it with any spreadsheet style data set, CSV, and explore classifiers, attribute selection, and much, much more. This video, I will do a second video on ChatGPT and tabular data. So I recommend that you watch this video and that video kind of in sequence, just because it's kind of meant to be a contrast between the two, which I think you might find interesting. All right. So let's get started then. I already have WEKA open. After installation, you would get a little window like this, and it's got many features, options to download more programs, more models, I should say, more filters. It's got several options like experimenter. It's got workflows, knowledge flows, things like that. But I usually use it for the Explorer. So I'm giving a data set and I'm going to want to load it here and take a look at it. So in this case, let me move this down because it's in a. So essentially the layout might seem a little confusing, but it's got these tabs. They're not highlighted right now because nothing has been loaded. Once you load the file, WEKA analyzes the file and then it determines which one of these might be, what it can do or what it should do. So let me go ahead here. Sorry. I'm going to hit open file so that everything starts to light up. I'm going to go to the desktop. Go to the desktop. I'm going to find a CSV file. You're going to select CSV data file. And here it is the iris dataset, the classic iris dataset. And you can see this has now been detected. Now, what's really important here is the WEKA, usually when you do tabular data, you're doing either a classification or a regression. So the thing that you're trying to predict is either, as I said, classes or real value numbers like temperature. So in this case, it's the variable 5 is species, is the target, and in this case is a classification problem. So iris has Setosa, Virginica, and versicolor, 3 classes. So you have to make sure that the type here says nominal. That's essentially one of the first problems people have with not understanding WEKA. Make sure that this says nominal, and then this problem is going to be interpreted as a classification problem. If this says numeric here, then it's going to think it's a regression problem, and only regression algorithms will be highlighted. The other variables, the features like sepal length, sepal width, etc., are numeric values because they are the features. If you want to look at the data, you can click on Edit, and you can look at your data and even modify it. From here, that's the tab, right? So that's a tab where you load the data. You can load filters to process the data in various ways, convert the data, and so on. You can do various numeric to nominal conversions and things like that. But my data set is ready to go, so I'm going to move on to classify here. So here in classify, what I'm going to do is I'm going to now take tenfold cross validation, or I can do an 80% split. So let's do that. I'm going to do an 20% split, right? And so 80% will be used for training, 20% will be used for testing. I'm going to make sure that the target variable is species, which it is. And then all I have to do is select my classification model. I can select a few, such as naive Bayes, which is one of the fastest, but also not the most accurate models. I'm going to hit start. And you can see that the classification is got some metrics here. So we've got precision, recall, and F measure. We have it overall, which is the last row, and then we have it per class. So you can see that as far as F measure, it's pretty good at predicting Setosa. It's the worst at predicting Virginica, I believe. It says Virginica. Yeah, Virginica. And overall, it's got a 0.96 F1 measure, which is pretty good. Here you can see the confusion matrix, and you want the values to be on the diagonal. If it's not on the diagonal, it means it's a misclassification. And in this case, we only had one misclassification. So naive Bayes actually does pretty well for this one. We can try another one like decision trees. So let's try a random forest. Make sure it's species, 80% split, hit start. And you can see now we've got a second entry here for random forest, and we can see the same. The confusion matrix has one misclassification. The F measure overall is 96 compared to, yeah, so they're both 96. So they're both about the same for this problem. Now, another nice feature that WEKA has is select attributes. So select attributes is essentially here we have four features and one target. So we want to know which one of these features is the most important to have good accuracy, right? So their correlation. So we can use the select attributes tab and we can click here cross validation. We can select ranker, and essentially what it's going to do is it's going to rank our features from most important to least important. We allow it to suggest an algorithm for it. So in this case, it's suggesting something called information gain. And when I clicked on it, you can see it opened up some of the values. I don't, you can, if you want to change them, but default is usually pretty good. We just want to make sure that this class is selected correctly. So select species, right, as the target. And now we can go ahead and hit start. And you can see it already finished. And it says that the most important, it ranks the features. The most important is pedal width with 1.38. And then the least important is supple width with 0.361. So if it's very expensive to accumulate or collect these features, it might be a good idea to just drop supple width if it's very expensive because this is the variable that will affect the performance in the least. Okay? All right, and that's essentially a very quick introduction to WEKA for this series on Node Code AI, a tool, as I said, that's been around for 20 years, but when something works, hey, why not use it? All right. So yeah, so that's it for this one, and I will see you on the next video. Thank you.